Good morning, everyone. Just gonna chat a little bit. I have a very particular agenda today, but I'm gonna wait to see who comes on. So I'm just gonna chat about unimportant things to begin with. Hi, Karen. I just went outside and took George to go pee, and I feel like I was at the beach just outside of my door. The air feels like tropical and warm. Oh, so nice. So nice. When it's like that, I just want to like lay on the grass and not move for hours. I could do that. How are you doing, Karen? I'm just kind of killing time for a minute to see who's coming because I have a particular practice I want to do today. And you know, I want to give time for people to come on if they are going to, so they can benefit from it. I feel funny this morning, so I'm gonna just wait a couple more minutes. See you guys in the replay. If you're just listening and you want to get to the meat of the content, you can move forward while we're sitting here. It's Friday of a long weekend in Ontario. Beautiful. Is it cold? Is it cold there? I was gonna show you guys my garden tower with my Tabasco sauce because I practically put that on everything. But isn't this amazing? There's a tomato up there at the top. There's about 10 tomatoes on here. They're kind of hard to find, I guess, in the video, but there's flowers and tomatoes. It's so cool. And I have some jalapenos growing, but they're like in the jungle of it all. Family day. It's cold. Oh, geez. That is cold. I'll send you some of my heat from here. That's nice. It's a family day, though. It's very nice. Hi, Sandra. Sandra, so you're like, shouldn't you be sleeping when you were, Karen, I'm going to answer that in a minute, in that post last night, and I should have been, and I've been working on this sweater. You can kind of see it. That's it with George over there. And I couldn't stop. I was just sitting there because I have it all together. So now I just have the sleeves and like this collar thing. And I'm so excited about getting this one done so I can make the next one, because this is like the first one. I don't love the yarn. I mean, I love the yarn. It's so soft, but I don't like the pattern the variegation makes. So yeah, I was obsessed. Hi, Denise and Karen. Yes, he's not too bad, but one of my cats, we have to shoo away from the bottom of it, but it could be way worse. I know some people have to put like literal cages around their towers because the cats will climb up it. And although you just made me, it's funny, I could actually plant some catnip at the bottom. That would be cool, right? Thank you for giving me that thought. All right, well, I'm gonna get started now. Karen, so lovely. One more row. I'm a knitter, so I get it. Exactly. I'm like, I just wanna see what it's gonna be like, because I can put it on. And I've had to adjust the pattern a little bit for the sleeves, because the sleeves are like too tight around the armpit. So yeah, it's fun. Okay, so this practice today, or this conversation today, yay, right? Catnip, I think the cats would love it. It makes a nice tea if you want to go to sleep too, right? I don't know if you know that. That seems like something you would know, Sandra. Or you can smoke it too, but at a job I used to have, I was like a private duty nurse. I used to grow catnip, and at the time I was kind of like exploring about different herbs you could smoke that weren't pot, like other things. And catnip was one of them, but it's potent. it's will knock you out. It's a very like potent sleep medicine. So I used to like the mom where I used to work, I was like her provider of I'd bring her catnip to smoke before bed. It was terrible. Okay. Enough of that. So today is specifically, it's actually for a particular person that reached out to me this morning because she's having a little bit of trouble. So this is in a roundabout way definitely for your nervous system. But and I think for you guys in the program, I think I may cut this up and put it in the rescue remedy too, in the group. So this is about money, and most people can relate to money causing problems in your nervous system at particular times. For some people it's all the time. For other people it's just, big things happen. I've definitely been in both shoes, and I wanted to like do a little bit of an intense practice around that today. So because everything is an illusion, it's not real. We feel like it's real, it looks real because we're believing a particular thing, so it becomes our reality. Now I can say this, I kind of sound or feel like a smartass saying this because I've been in the shoes of feeling like everything is falling apart money-wise, and you're just drowning, you don't know where to go, you don't see how you're going to get out of it. And so I feel kind of confident in saying the things I'm saying because I've been there, I've used these practices, and it's not my reality anymore. And I've seen it day after day after day after day shift because of what I'm doing. So I'm dedicating this little lesson to the person who reached out to me this morning who needs some support around money, around feeling like I don't have enough today and things are really falling apart. And the anger, can people relate around money? Anger, a feeling of like shame or disappointment. Lots of things go with money, right? And it's very easy to say energetically, money's just the same as my cup of tea that I just made, or the carpet on the floor, or a relationship. It has all these dynamics because it's energy, and it's our relationship to the energy of money, right? So we have beliefs, particular beliefs that run our program. If you break it down, we have a program running inside of us that's about money, how we feel about it, what we expect it to do for us. And then that's our reality. So I'm going to do some things today that will shift you out. And it is a rescue remedy for this particular problem. It's something that you can do every day after you start to release the energy around it. But this is what do I do today if I feel like my freaking world is falling apart and I just, want to just give up or fight? That's the other thing, and that's where I can feel it in my nervous system talking about it. That's where it creates a problem in our nervous system, because I'll put it in relating to my particular situation. If I'm feeling like, oh my God, I'm in trouble with money, then you business-wise want to try harder, do more, talk to more people, push more. And then that causes a stress on your nervous system. So that's not the way to go. So this is what we're going to do. So if you guys want to, you can always learn about money and different tips and tricks, right? But, okay, so I'm just going to keep going. All right, so you wake up one morning and you're like, holy crap, I don't have enough money, my power's going to be shut off, or I don't have enough heating fuel, or I don't have money for food, or I expected something to come for me and it hasn't. I want to make one point around that. When we're sitting here waiting for something to come, whether it's like a tax check or a refund or anything, you're waiting. You're in that waiting period. So it's not necessarily all lined up to come for you because you're waiting. I'm waiting for this. So you're in a place of lack. It hasn't come yet. So just remember that. It's different with our paychecks. Our paychecks, if we work and get paid once a week, every 2 weeks, how secure do you feel in knowing that you're going to get paid? I remember my coach way back, she's like, what day do you want to get, have the money come out of your account to pay for coaching? And I said, Friday. I can feel it in my body. Well, Friday, I get paid on Friday. So, hi Renee. So yeah, Friday. And she's like, is Friday the only possible day that you could get paid? And it dawned on me, like, I had been working for the same company for 10 years. I got paid every Friday. I knew that. That was my reality. So I never doubted that my paycheck was coming, ever, because it just did. And so in my reality at that time was Friday was payday. And I started to adjust the idea that money can come Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? I started to open up my possibilities. And it wasn't even at the time about making money. I only had a few clients at the time. But it was about being open to creating money coming on other days. So all of a sudden, I opened this like door to 6 days a week I could possibly get paid when I was so used to just getting paid on Friday. So we have a belief and we know certain things are going to happen. And so when we start to create more money or money in different ways, you have to investigate what's going on. What am I expecting? And good morning, Hannah. And if it's stuff that you're waiting for, like a check in the mail, how much do you, there's like a string between us and that. It's coming. Is it coming today? Will it be here today? Let me check my bank account, right? But the vibration could be a doubt that it's coming or an intense desire for it to come. So there's excess energy pushing. You're pushing. It's like, you know, when you make the slime stuff, and if you go slow and you push in it, you can push your fingers in it, but if you slap it or push hard, it's resistance. So when we're waiting desperately for something, there's so much resistance, it's really hard for it to come, which feels like the opposite of how to make something happen, right? So, okay, so there's a bunch of stuff. So what we're going to do, there's like 2 meditations I want to do. I woke up wanting to do one, but I'm helping something out with this particular thing. So I have the other one in my head that I want to do. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is about money. So if money's a problem for you or not, this is still a really good meditation to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and we're going to start to think about all the times money paid out for us. Like all the times we got that check and what it felt like. All the times if you work for yourself, a client paid you, no problem. All the times you got your paycheck. All the times someone helped you out. So I can literally feel my crown of my head right now expanding. So this is the trick. You worried about money? You can't get it by worrying more. And it feels like the opposite of not doing the action of making more. And it's scary, right? It's scary. Even think about the craziness of and I'm saying this because I've been there. If we say to ourselves, and for the next 10 minutes, I'm not going to worry. Instead, I'm going to do this practice. Is there still a fear in you that you're not doing enough, or like taking action to make that money, or even if the action is worry. We have such an attachment because so many of us have been conditioned around this particular subject that we just stay in the fear, stay in the fear, stay in the fear and the pushing. So whether you're trying to just create more financial abundance or you're trying to shift out of a place of fear, allow yourself a few minutes to put it down and start to look at what you do have. Start to look at your experiences that you have had that provided you exactly what you needed. Okay. Does that make sense, you guys? I'm sorry if you guys came like expecting some relaxing thing and I'm doing this, but there is one particular person that will be grateful for this practice. So we're all holding space for her to learn this thing. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes. And if you have any money desires today that are bothering you, I want you to literally take that ball of worry and put it down. And even if you can imagine it like on the outside of you, almost like another person or another part of you, and just say, I'm going to like put you down. I don't need you right now. I'm going to put you over here. Okay? All right, I'm going to change it up a little bit because in my head, it will not let me stop thinking about it. Okay. Any worry that you may have around creating this money or the money that you don't have, I do want you to imagine it as maybe a part of yourself outside of yourself. We're going to do two things because I have to, because my mind won't let me stop thinking about it. So close your eyes, and as you visualize that it's a pendulum, if you guys know the word from transurfing, it's a pendulum that wants you to feed it. I'm worried about money. I don't have enough, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to say it too much because there's power in that, but you get what I'm saying. So that pendulum is right outside of you. And what I want you to do just for a few minutes is start to love it, because this is the fear part of you that feels like something's missing. So what I want you to do is love it. Just keep saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep saying it. What this is doing is giving this part of you compassion that's scared. Giving this part of you who learned a particular thing love. Just give it love. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Keep going. I love you. I love you. You're talking to your fear. You're talking to your worry around money. The anxiety maybe in the morning when you wake up and you think about it. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is start thinking of all the times money worked out for you. And this could be something big. I got a $6,000 check in the mail for my taxes. I'm going to kind of talk, I'm going to talk from myself, and then you guys can see what I'm talking about. My clients are so wonderful and agreeable and grateful that they pay me very easily, and they're always prompt with their payment. And I could go through a list of 100 clients that I work with that happily pay me for the services that I provide. It was so cool how I did my taxes, and so quickly the check came right into my bank account. I didn't even have to worry. It just popped right in there. I was walking down the street, and there was $10 on the street, because at that moment I had released any fear about money, and money was literally in my path. I know very reliable that when I do a service, money comes easily for me. My family is so easily accepting that if I need help in a particular day, the money comes very easily for me. As I walk out my door, I find a penny just sitting on the sidewalk. As I walked into a parking lot the other day, there was change, not just once or twice, but there was a quarter and a penny and a nickel just on the ground waiting for me. I easily was able to pay. Think about your bills that you do pay, that you have paid. The action of paying and feeling like, whew, that one's done and that one's done and that one's done. The idea that even if you only have $20 in your bank account, you could go around the grocery store and just about buy anything in the grocery store. So you could buy, it's so funny, I just thought of vinegar. I don't know if anybody's thinking of vinegar. My mouth is watering. But I can afford that bottle of vinegar. I can afford that block of cheese. I can afford that coffee that I wanted as I was driving past Starbucks. Because with that $10, you can buy all kinds of stuff, or with that $20. Just think about what you do have. Think about what you have done. Think about when you have gotten paid. Think about, Hannah, you're selling your beautiful art. Think about the times that this person bought this and this person bought that. And this person, like me, asked you, I was ready to buy that picture and it was already sold. Right? Yes, Heather, right? I can feel this so much in my body. We go to the grocery store and we're like, we only have freaking $40 to spend on groceries. I'm just grabbing a number. How am I going to buy all this stuff? When you could just literally go, this is a Renee Garcia from Transurfing. You go to the grocery store, you have a particular amount of money, like $20, walk up and down the aisles. I could buy that if I want. I could buy that if I want. Wow, I could try that. I've never tried it, but I have the money to buy that. Spend 10 minutes or even 5 minutes at the grocery store doing that. You can buy all that stuff. Not all at once, maybe, but you can afford all of that stuff. So what's that doing? That's creating a vibration within you that tells you, I can do this. I can buy this. I have enough money. I have enough money. Or when you're thinking about all the times that people have given you money for particular things, they gave me money. People give me money. People give me money. And I remember years ago, someone saying, when you're in the groove of doing what you're supposed to be doing, people will literally say, I want to pay you for this, or I can't wait to give you my money so that I can buy this for whatever it is. And I remember thinking, wow, I can't imagine hearing that. You guys, I hear it now. You know, this program, there was a few people that literally cried when I was signing them up. And for me, that was an amazing moment, because I'm like, I am doing my service here on earth in perfect alignment of what I'm going to cry, in perfect alignment of what I'm supposed to be doing. And so if you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing, even if it's going through the grocery store and saying, I can afford that flour, I can afford that bottle of soy sauce, I can afford that candy bar, you're in perfect alignment, because you're giving yourself the gift of knowing that you are capable and that the energy is there for you to use. The universe has your back. The universe has your back. I promise. The problem is we don't have our own back. We create ways to make it, even when, like, perfect example, this grocery store thing, and I've done this so many times. We choose to see the thing that's not serving us the most. You know, for a long time when I was getting my business going, the grocery store was a thing. I fucking love food. I love food. I love to go to Whole Foods and buy all the amazing stuff. whether it's expensive or not. The Umbushi plums that cost $12 for a little package, right? I love that. And I would go in the grocery store, and if I had like $50 to spend, I would be on the phone with my daughter saying, I can feel it coming. I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm mad because I don't have enough money to buy all this stuff. And then I'd get stressed. How am I going to buy, like, in my head, I had to buy several days of food with this particular money. So what I did finally was like, screw this. I don't have to go to the grocery store every 5 days, once a week, or whatever is in my head. I can go to the grocery store every day. That's when I was door dashing. Like I make the money, go to the grocery store, buy what I want. Then I'll make more money tomorrow, go to the grocery store and buy what I want. And I started doing that for a really long time because I didn't want to scrimp on things. So I would make the money one in that day, go buy the food I want. So I went to literally right near our house is Food Lion. And I was literally there every single day buying what I wanted because I knew I'll make the money and go buy what I want. So I was bringing down my demand of what, I brought down my demand to match what I had available in my belief system. So in my belief system, it was no big deal to make $40 a day to go buy the food I wanted. So that's what I did. And then I just stopped being angry about not having enough money to buy all the stuff I wanted. So it's like shifting your beliefs slowly so that you can create what you want. So if you're having a really hard time with money, you put the fear aside for a few minutes. What's going to happen in those few minutes? Usually nothing, except you're going to feel better. And then talk over and over and over. All the times money came. And you know, if you're in a mood and you're like, I can't remember anything, it just like sucks. It just sucks. Then that's when you go to, I have an abundance of forks. I have an abundance of washcloths. I have an abundance of fibers in my carpet. I have an abundance of, I can see like 1,000 tree branches, you know. Go to the things that you know. You have to go to the things that you know, the things that you feel, the things that you can relate to, the things that your energy can resonate with, and then come to the belief that you have plenty of it. Because it doesn't matter if it's tree branches or dollars, it's all the same. What messes it up is what we believe about it. Whew, that was something. So, okay, I'm going to kind of come to a conclusion because I want to use this for a lesson. So you do all those things, and then you are in the vibration when you're, all of these things have happened, I've done this, money's come, at this particular time I have an abundance of forks, right? Check in, how do you feel? You should feel different in your body. You should feel a little bit hopeful. You should feel a little bit of that, okay, I do know that the things I just said have happened and I feel more positive, right? And then you just take off from there. Make a little goal. Don't put it around something that you're waiting for, because you're just going to put that excess energy in it. So you might want to say, I'm going to be so happy when this particular thing happens, and put it down. And then you have to kind of go into a place, but what if it doesn't? What am I going to do? And that's when you start to just make your goal, whatever it is that you can believe. I'll see a new $100 in my bank account today. And then there's all these things of like quantum jumping. Think about that in the shower, and do this action when you step out of the shower. Think about it in bed and do this action when you're stepping out of your bed. Think about it as you're walking out the front door, and then do this action when you're walking out the front door. The action is, you are literally the embodiment of the person that has an extra $100 in your bank account. So right now, when I said that, you either feel like, I got this, or you feel like, I don't know don't know about that, right? You have to practice that. That's the part that you have to practice. You have to be that person. You're stepping into a reality with all these things, whether you're jumping out of bed, whether you're getting out of the shower, walking out the front door. Embody that belief. And again, what's going to happen if you embody that belief for 10 minutes? The only thing that's going to happen is money may come to you. And literally, I've seen for myself and other people, you literally may walk out of your house and there might be money on the ground. Or all of a sudden you're reimbursed from your insurance company. Or you go to the mailbox, there's a random check. Or there's thousands of things, you know, I can't tell you all because like the universe is way smarter than me. But things will happen. It doesn't mean we always want to take action towards our goals, but it doesn't mean you have to kill yourself or beat yourself up with action to get your dollars. It's what you believe, because you make this goal, and then as you walk out the door 10 minutes later, this is what Esther Hicks says, you all of a sudden get an idea, hey, this is how I could make that money, and then you go do it. So that's where your responsibility is. You have an idea, your responsibility is to take action on the ideas that the universe gave you. But it's surrender, you guys, it's surrendering, which is a hard thing to do when you're in a place of huge lack and fear. So do it little by little, 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time. I'm stepping into this reality where I am able to, whatever, maybe start at $10 if you know you want to choose a number that you believe, that you have the experience with. I remember like saying like the $100 thing, like I'll make a new $100 today, and if I was to say I'm going to make $1 million today, that's my goal. I don't know what that feels like. I hope someday I do know what that feels like, but it wouldn't be something that I could, and maybe I could, I don't know. I definitely have like grown in this department, but me saying, okay, the reality I'm in today is I made $1 million today. Probably that's not going to happen because I don't know what the vibration of $1 million feels like in my bank account. But I could say, I'm going to make $1,000 today. Now that's huge for me. A year ago, I couldn't have said that and believed that was going to happen. Maybe once in a while. But to like wake up every day and say, I'm going to make $1,000 today, I wouldn't have believed it. So choose a number that you believe. Choose a number that you have the vibration and experience within your body to relate to what the goal you're making. I love the idea of inventorying all the things you do have. Yes, nothing, we do not, if you want money, think about your abundance of food in your kitchen or clothes in your closet. If you think that you don't have enough of something, go to where you do. And it can be like hairs on your head. It's because it's the vibration of what you're talking about. Grocery prices have been making anxious. So Karen, it's a really good point, because I hear that. I hear people say we're in a recession, or there's not enough money nowadays, or everything costs more. Groceries are, like, if you compare what they used to be, are ridiculous. Eggs, with the poor chickens who aren't laying eggs, and then eggs cost like $8 a dozen, right? So here, this is my thinking around it, and maybe it'll help you. We put a value on how much something costs. So have you ever seen a rich person go out and buy a $2,000 bag? Is it anything to them? They have $5 million in the bank. What's a couple $1,000? Nothing, right? That's their belief system, is it's nothing. But when someone has $50 in the bank, going out and spending $2,000 on a bag is ridiculous, and it's overpriced. You know, that's a very common feeling for people. Um, that's another thing. So we put a value. We think this particular thing is gonna or should cost this particular amount of money. So then when you go, say, eggs, because eggs were a thing for me, you know, you used to paying $4 a dozen, and all of a sudden it's twice that. You start thinking, oh my God, like, why is everything so expensive, and why is this happening? And then it leads you to things like there's a food shortage and stuff like that. It's a choice. It's just like, you know, a candy bar costs $1 or $2, and whatever it costs more money. It's how it hits us. It's what we believe about it. If you want, this is where I was at Barnes & Noble and I was looking at candles. They had a brand new section. Yes, Megan, I'm going to put this all in the replay. I was looking at this, I completely lost my thought. Well, the value of things. Oh, Barnes & Noble, saw a candle. I picked it up. It was $40. I'm like, what the hell, $40 for a candle? Like, it was just a little glass soy candle. And then I caught myself and I'm like, wait a minute. So what if it's $40? Some person decided that the value of this candle is $40. And my new belief system is, if I love this candle, it's worth $40 to me. Like, we put an amount of money on what we think things should cost, and then we determine what our attitude about it is. So, but think about it this way. If you have an abundance of money, if you have an abundance of the ability to create money in your life, if you have the on-demand spout that you can turn on for money, what does it matter what something costs? It's no big deal, because you can make more, or you can create more. That's where we're supposed to be living. And yeah, it's another whole subject around money and its evils, but I don't buy into that anymore. That may be some people's reality, but that's not mine, because I love money. It helps me out a lot. It makes my life enjoyable. It creates so much relaxation to know that you're able to do what you want. So I have let go of anything that has to do with money that's negative, because that's our belief. So the next time you go to buy something, watch what you're thinking. And if you think it costs too much, or if you think they're robbing you blind, or, you know, all those things, that's your belief. It doesn't fucking matter. We have put labels on everything, what things are supposed to cost. It's just a game. It's not real. It's fiction, right? Like, in some worlds, maybe other realities, eggs cost $100 because chickens are rare, right? It's just a game. So the name of the game, like what makes us powerful, is our ability to create what we want. And that's what you have to come down to. All right. Whew. All right. Karen, the whole like stocking up for Armageddon, because that's a definite mindset. Preppers, being ready for something big to happen. That's a belief system too. And I've definitely, you know, over the years, I've talked to so many people that are like, you better do this. And I have chosen to believe that I'm prepared because I can create my own abundance. And I'm choosing a reality where I have everything I need. And I'm not living in fear, period. So it's a choice. And if you're expecting Armageddon, and I'm not saying, Karen, you are, but there are a lot of people who are. People are stocked up to the nines to prepare for all the things they're not going to have. What kind of reality are you building, creating, having that expectation every day, getting ready every day to be in a place of lack? Bullshit. Call bullshit. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, then so be it. But I refuse to live in a place of feeling like I don't have enough of something. or I have to be prepared for a big disaster. And you guys, I am like number one on the dystopia and Armageddon. Armageddon is literally one of my favorite movies. I love all the zombie apocalypse shows. I mean, that's my jam. So, you know, but I just, and I don't know, this is just a side note, but any of you guys, you think about like a zombie apocalypse and kind of get like turned on by the idea of putting on the cool clothes and like fighting for the end of the world. I remember years ago, I'm like, I'm working out so I can carry my kids on my back if there's ever an apocalypse. But yeah, I cannot choose to like live in a place of, I gotta get ready for this bad thing to happen in my life. Hannah, I find joy in doing things myself. Trying to push the button to see it's not working. Yes. Like buying apples, washing the apples, making juice with apples, saying thank you for healing my body and giving it back to the earth by composting. Full cycle makes my brain happy. I think that's beautiful, Hannah. I think that's beautiful advice. Anybody who didn't hear what I said, if you go back to Hannah's comment, I'm working up like heat in my body. Hannah's comment of what she just put, it's a beautiful, very mindful meditation that creates all the peaceful vibrations in your body. Heather Candles. Hannah, I have no financial guilt when I'm buying produce at the farmer's market. It's investing in my health. Yes. Karen, just realized it's a learned habit from my childhood. Hell yeah. Megan, a few years ago, I stocked up on, I remember you talking about that on herbs and stuff. Now they're expired. I let go of that waste of energy. Hannah, I never thought I wouldn't be working at 26, but I'm so grateful. I don't care about money, and once I stopped chasing it, the universe started making sure I was taken care of. I had to truly surrender and believe that, and that was hard for me. Yes, I know that. Megan, Avengers. Hannah, I'm ready to be Mad Max. Yes. I'm watching all the Marvel, like starting from like Loki, all the Marvel shows in order right now. I love that. Renee, so wise. My husband says this. Karen, thank you. Hannah, that's awesome. Yeah. All right, you guys. Whew. So this was a great beginning to the day, right? Like I feel really good about the things that we talked about, and if you have any questions around any of this, just, you know, reach out in the group. I know that there's so many people in the group that are at like different places of creating this lesson in their life, and just reach out and talk about it. I don't know, there are so many things that it's always like your health, money, and relationships, right? Those are the three big things that we're all trying to create. And it's funny, I haven't thought about this for a long time. Who can say that they don't really worry about any of that? Is there anybody here that you don't worry about finding a relationship, or you don't worry about being sick? I know a lot of us, like those people, you guys in the group, I've been trying to put my goals up in the accountability journal to show you guys like what my goals are every day for self-care. I know we take care of ourselves, but who's in a place of not worrying about being sick, not worrying about finding a relationship, and not worrying about making money? Is that freedom? I love that. I haven't really, that's the first time I've said that, like even thought about it. Who can say that, and how is that for a goal? To just be. To just be and be happy, and then just wake up in the morning and be like, I'm gonna do whatever I want. What do you think? Sandra, if you're still here, I always think about finding, if anybody has one of these, finding a really good pattern for an apocalypse sweater. They have the coolest freaking sweaters in all of the like zombie apocalypse shows. I love the sweaters. That's my knitting and crocheting part of me. All right, well, thank you guys for all coming. Thank you for all your comments. I hope this was helpful. I feel like it was. It was definitely a great start for me. And I don't know, I'm here if you need me. Use the group for support. And I hope you have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.